Hi guys, please like, share and subscribe. And if you want full course for any actuarial subject, visit theactuarialguy.com or WhatsApp on this number. Thank you. What are the bachelor's degrees that you should pick alongside actuarial science? What should you study at college, right? Uh, Firstly, does your course matter? Whether you study mathematics, statistics, commerce, economics, does it even matter? Yes, it does, for a couple of reasons. Uh, Firstly, employers have a bias towards people with a quantitative degree. Some employers do. So you will see some uh, fresher level actuarial jobs or even like higher level jobs where people specifically ask for graduates in mathematics, statistics, or masters in mathematics, something like that. So there is a bias on the employer side that they prefer, some employers, not all, that they prefer mathematical or quantitative graduates as compared with commerce graduates. So that is the extent of how much your degree matters. Uh, and of course, a quantitative degree also gives you a good background in mathematics, which is helpful in studying actuarial science. Second, does your college matter? Okay, so prima facie, the first level of answer is it doesn't matter a lot, but it has a threefold advantage. Okay, firstly, if you go to a good college, you get great exposure and your personality sort of grows. You get good communication skills. You sort of interact with uh, candidates who are really inspiring and competent and all of that, right? So you grow with good peers around you, right? Secondly, it differentiates your profile. When an employer gets two resume, one person is from a random tier 2 college, the other person is from a top tier college, they tend to pick people who are from top tier college. That differentiates your profile, right? Finally, some actuarial recruiters go directly to colleges, particularly with quantitative degrees, and hire directly from there. Okay, so it might help in your placement because actuarial jobs do come to some of these top colleges placements. Now, one of the prominent questions is, should you go for a BSc Actuarial Science degree? Now, some colleges, particularly in Mumbai, have started offering this BSc Actuarial Science degree, which has recognition from IFOA. So, you get exemptions in some exams. Uh, in fact, for some of them, it's 7 exams you get exemptions in. If you do a BSc Actuarial Science degree from one of these colleges. Uh, Now, I don't recommend it for the following reasons, right? First, the colleges that are offering this course, they are not legacy institutions, they are not tier 1 colleges. They are new colleges. Uh, Mostly they are opened by coaching institutes as an extension, and they have some agreement with the IFOA so that they get exemptions, right? So if you are expecting great quality teaching, if you are expecting great exposure, great peer learning, a good brand on your CV, they don't offer that. I would say if you have these expectations, go to a good you know college which has a 50-100 year legacy, has good repute, all of that. Second, if you do a BSc in actuarial science and you know uh, your ultimate aim is to become an actuary, your options get very limited, right? So through your bachelor's you can only get an actuarial job, and then eventually you're going to write actuarial exams, right? uh, if you did a bachelor's in math, stats, commerce, economics, etc., you will have other options open. A BSc in actuarial science says that you're sure about actuarial science and you only want to work in actuarial roles. At a later point, you may realize that actuarial science is not for you and you want to exit. Your exit options will get limited if you do a BSc actuarial science. Third, it is very expensive as compared with writing actuarial exams and studying in a government college. So the course fee is 7 to 10 lakh rupees for a 3-year course, right? But there is an advantage as well. It's a good way to get done with CM, CSCB exams along with undergrad. You get done with them quickly, right? So that advantage does exist, uh, but I don't think it's worth it. Honestly, I think you should just pick a good quantitative degree. So, what are the degrees that you should consider? Bachelor's degrees that you should consider uh, alongside studying for actuarial exams. The top recommendation would be BSc Statistics, right? Uh, it's a good course which is really compatible with actuarial science, and employers also like it. If you're interested in a quantitative degree, you can pick statistics. After that, see, you can pick anything based on your interest, right? That is what you should trust, right? Because you have to study these subjects for 3 years, you should enjoy them. So that should be your way of picking the degree. Some employers prefer quantitative degrees, but it doesn't matter significantly. There's only a minor difference, right? Now, other degrees you can pick, maybe economics, mathematics, computer science, BTech, right? These are some of the good colleges I've mentioned. You can go through this list, right? These are the top colleges in India for these degrees. And BCom, BAF, BMS, all of these you can pick as well. But these are the ones I would recommend lesser because they're not quantitative enough, right? So that's the idea. But if you get a good college, go for them by all means, right? BTech, you can take any college. If you go to a top tier college, that's great. I've not written the institutions because BTech, it's the same priority list, right? It's the IITs and then NITs and so on and so forth, right? So this I've skipped. But for the all the others, I've mentioned good programs in the country.